Rainbow bats.
Rainbow bats. Hello, friend bats. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? It is me, Azzy. I am back behind the camera after, oh gosh, way too long, right? But I have some very, very exciting channel announcements for you today. For those of you who are new to the channel and have been brought here by the mixes, I just want to say thank you. I am so glad that people enjoy them. It's been a lot of fun making them. They've been largely a way for me to keep this channel going and to keep myself involved in new music, but to see that the things that I do for myself are also well received, really, it means a lot. All the hearts. That sounds sarcastic, but it's not. I can't help it. I'm goth. But but yes, channel announcements. I'm going to be back behind the camera a lot more. I have found a new co host to do some reviews with me. Mouse is on a long term hiatus for her own self care, and self care is important. That's why you haven't seen me in a while. So it is my pleasure to introduce the new co host, who is a longtime friend of mine since before Obscure and Dead was even a twinkle in my eye. Long term confidant, just swell person all around. Scarecrow Joe.
Hello.
So, a little bit of background about them. They've been a good sounding board for me for a lot of the things that you've seen that have ended up on Obscure and Dead. And they also run Gateway Goth events in St. Louis, which is in its own way a sort of sister event promotions group to Obscure Undead. They do meetups, they do goths at the zoo in St. Louis. They've done goth nights in St. Louis. They've worked with multiple venues. It's pretty cool. Big supporter of the scene. Scarecrow Joe, though, you should probably take over from me because I've been talking too long.
No worries. Yeah, so Gateway Goth Events was basically started around the same time as Obscura Undead. We actually kind of came up with the idea together. So I always had the intention of working with Azzy, always kind of worked with Obscura Undead to some degree, some capacity, usually interviewing band members, but was a little shy to get in front of the camera, even though I have my own TikTok channel and I'm in front of the camera all the time there. So I don't know what my hangup was. I guess it's just different. But yeah, so I started Gateway Goth events. We just kind of wanted to help build up our local community. So we did a lot of reaching out, hanging out with a lot of people, just trying different things, seeing what worked. And now we're just going to kind of roll Gateway Goth events into Obscura Undead. It's kind of always been the long-term goal anyway, as well as just kind of getting like a little bit of a band circuit going. So we would kind of help bands come from Tampa make it out to the West, I guess, from over here on the East Coast. But yeah, then, things happened in the world and things slowed down. So you know what we're talking about, world changing events.
Yeah, but we have been brainstorming so many things that we would like to do for the channel. We're going to start off with reviews, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually, as we kind of stretch our wings and shake the cobwebs off because someone let the spiders in, we'll start expanding outwards to some of the things that we would like to do. Um,
We're being vague for a reason.
we're being vague for a reason, but
It's gonna be
maybe
cool.
it's going to be cool. Maybe Scarecrow can give you a little bit of insight on that. Are you willing to share? Should we share? Should we? Should we? Should we?
Could we? I think so. It's not fair to keep people guessing. So we're thinking about kind of slowly doing some video essays on the history of bands and perhaps a little bit of genre history as well. I've already kind of done a little bit of this on my TikTok channel. So if you're familiar with my quick dives, we're just going to be doing longer format versions of that, but it's going to be myself and Azzy discussing these things, these topics a little bit more in depth from a scholarly standpoint with lots and lots of citations. So it's not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be guesswork. It's not going to be conjecture. We're actually doing the legwork here, so everyone else doesn't have to. And because it's our special interest. Go figure.
It is our special interest. We both have extensive libraries on the subject. You can see part of mine behind me. I have that shelf and that shelf and the shelf that's behind me. Yeah. We're
Really
nerds.
excited? Yeah, I'm really excited about the first one we're wanting to tackle, though. We're wanting to tackle the history of death rock, something that is woefully under-discussed. And I've been doing a lot of digging, and I read through a certain book by Mikey Bean known as Phantoms. It is a
That book is
thick
a
book.
monster. That book is a monster.
It
Yeah,
is.
but we're doing the hard work so you don't have to, essentially. I hope that this is something that you will stick around for, and I hope that it's something that you enjoy. If there's any specific topics you would ever like to hear us discuss and dig into our resources to try to answer for you, please, by all means, let us know. We would love to be able to provide because otherwise, you're just going to get our ADHD brain dumping, which is
Yes,
part of the reason why it took so
we're not
long to
joking.
record this channel announcement. Huzzah!
ADHD.
Right. And it's going to be a bit more of a conversational style instead of the, snappy YouTube that does good in the algorithm, but we just want to contribute and put all the knowledge in one place because it's just our passion. And the music is our passion, the history is our passion, and we invite you on that journey with us.
Please join in. Join us in the discussions.
Yeah.
If you also, if you know any fun trivia, please drop it in the comment sections. We live for that.
Ooh, I love fun trivia. Like, here's a piece of fun trivia. Did you know that specimen toured with a toilet?
I did not know this.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
toured with the
surprise me
toilet.
though.
Nope. So fun trivia. But yeah, so we're starting with review. Next week we are going to be reviewing.
We're going to be reviewing Bone Pixie Midnight Sillage.
Yep, and I believe it is their debut like full-length release. And it's interesting, but we'll tell you more about it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll tell you more about that next week. Until then, take care, stay spooky, love yourself, self-care is important, and we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.